So with this week's episode of Irregular, um, I don't really know how to feel about this show. Not only is there a lot of things that kind of get jumbled up throughout each episode, but we're in a position where we've already seen a good amount of what some of these people are already capable of. So to think that the next step of the show is just going to be them kind of explaining forward who is in a better position to control whom, or who can pull out all of the cards. It's going to be relatively interesting to know who's the strongest, who is in a position where if they make any wrong moves, we know who's going to be the first ones to kind of get on them about it. And those people are each the respective government of each side. But we learn a little bit more about the parasite and just why it is doing things with blood, why there's supposedly more of it out there, with it branching off and pretty much getting um, even more parts and pieces to make it cell stronger, which I thought was another kind of like sketchy thing that this thing is capable of, is to continue to get more and more spread out and more stronger. If these people who are controlled, or the people who have the capability of talking, were straight up telling us that they are demons, right? Like, they aren't even humans once they're in these bodies. They are demons, and they've come for the other parasite to pretty much uh, add to their collection and make sure that they can showcase just how ridiculously powerful they have gotten over all this time. Or not powerful, but just to kind of prove that they have control over these bodies, and whatever they need them to do, they're going to be able to do it. But they just picked the wrong people to try to do it too. So they wind up really getting the worst group of people they can run up on, and they get destroyed for it, of course. But to be fair, I'm more interested in how the main character is choosing to handle the situation with the pixie or the robot. Keeping her around, making sure that it's safe and stuff like that, instead of just really backing off and allowing whoever wants it to have it. I thought it was also pretty interesting. God, I hate this character. That was also pretty interesting that they even showcased how often some of these people have been, circulating all this blood and then moving on, like branching out. It's kind of weird to think that there's could be a lot of these things. Like, for instance, how many of those people woke up that were on the table pretty much were all under the control of the same way that Pixie is with the thing inside of her. But with the Pixie, it's not a real human, so all the blood and all that vampire business that was going on, it doesn't even have to do it with this robot. So it then begs the question, why don't all of these parasites go into robots and, just live out their lives like that, instead of taking over these humans and kind of leaving them completely dried out and hurting, in the case of they don't have anything of blood to be circulating and helping their bodies repair anymore. And that's because they got drained. So we're definitely getting into some weird discussions when it comes down to this show, just finding out who knows more than they do, and seeing the uh, USA government, like, branch people getting pretty much treated like they're not even supposed to be here. So you should be happy that you can even, be on this land and doing what you're doing with no jurisdiction. And if it continues, it's not going to be good, right? So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to continue to keep a leash on each other, because we know for a fact they're watching each other's every moves. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they can't, um, one or the other can't really get the full upper hand on each other. So they're pretty much just doing everything in their power to slow each other down. Or as we see in this week's episode, our side, the family that we know, wants them to completely desist what they're doing. So I don't really, and of course, the American army. It's like, are you threatening us? You think you can do something? It's like, well, one of your best agents have been destroyed multiple times by one of our soldiers that we have. So I don't really know if you have anything outside of her that's really strong. But if you don't, you're dead. With all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening. I hope to talk to you guys in the comment section, not to mention on Instagram and Twitter and all that other good stuff. So it's the Anime G Across. If you guys could drop a like if you stayed this long during the video, it would mean the world, because me dropping this video as early as I am, I'm going to get bombarded with dislikes just because I'm early and people want to watch the episode for free. And to those people, I say, maybe you shouldn't click on videos that say review in the title. But regardless, to each their own. And thank you guys for the support. I'll be back with more later. Alright, take care. Peace.